Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good afternoon, Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. Let's take a look at what we're discussing. First of all, Pakistan up against Ireland. Now we proceed to the final T20 International. The excitement's all there. It's all to play for on the 14th. If you look at the series so far, the first match, Ireland had the better of us as they beat Pakistan. Pakistan made a strong comeback in the second T20 International and clinched victory after the series was 1-1. And now, of course, they move on to the third T20 International as well. So a lot is to be said about the approach and the dynamics of the game as well. I was listening to the Irish captain. He also highlighted that they should have won this game, and they were a bit sloppy in their effort to defend their total as well. So obviously we'll talk about all of this in detail. Then of course we move on and we discuss the ICC Men's T20 International World Cup that takes place in the United States of America and the West Indies. Bangladesh have announced their 15-member squad, which is being led by Shantu. Exciting prospect, and of course a very exciting Bangladesh team that has been announced as well. A mixture of this young talent and some, I think, you can say not so young talent have been there in the team for quite some time now. So obviously there's a blend there as well, but Bangladesh definitely need to make amends for certain tournaments that they've played as well. I think this is going to be a very important T20 campaign for them, considering that they're in sort of a, you can say now they need to focus on the rebuilding phase, because after this, whatever side they make is to represent them in the next Champions Trophy, which is the next ICC tournament, and then subsequent tournaments as well. So it's very important for their cause of improving cricket. Then of course we move on and we discuss the Kava League that is being held in Islamabad at the Liaquat Sports Gymnasium Sports Complex in the Federal Capital. This is of course a volleyball league that houses many nations around the region, and Pakistan of course is leading the points table so far, so we'll discuss that and give you the latest updates regarding this league as well. Time now to introduce our guests. First of all, in studios joining us is a cricket commentator. He's an international broadcaster, presenter. He's also our sports expert, K. Asif Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum, how are you?
Walaikum assalam, Ahmed. I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you for joining us. We've also been joined by sports expert Malik Usman Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum, how are you, sir?
Walaikum assalam, I'm doing wonderfully well.
Thank you very much for joining us. And we've also been joined by a cricket expert and analyst Sabir Hussain. Assalamu alaikum, how are you, sir?
Walaikum assalam, Ahmed. I am good, thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us. Now, of course, we proceed things in detail and we start off with the Pakistan-Ireland series. Asif, we've discussed a lot of aspects regarding the first T20 where Pakistan were to defend a total, their struggle. Then, of course, in their chase, they almost got over the line, so it was good to see there as well. Obviously, I think certain inexperience of the Irish bowlers came in. But now going into the third T20, it becomes a very, very important game to win. And I keep telling people that it's not just this third T20 you need to focus on. The next campaign, which is the fourth T20s against England, are going to be the real deciding factor for your team.
Well, Ahmed, first of all, a good thing is that players apart from Babar and Rizwan, some other players are performing, like Fakhar Zaman, and Azam Khan hit some sixes and everybody's smiling, everybody's happy. That's good, nice to see. But the problem was that as I was watching a vlog of Ramiz Raja, he said that the problem with the Pakistani bowler is that in the death overs you require to bowl good Yorkers, and I think plenty of experience is there. Shaheen Shah Afridi either or Mohammad Amir. Mohammad Amir bowled a couple of good deliveries, couple of good overs, but the death over, that was a question mark, that if Dockrell is hitting you over the point and Dockrell is hitting you over the extra cover, this is his class, to be honest, that because it's not easy that a Yorker length delivery and he's picking you up nicely. But they didn't bowl slow deliveries and variations. The pace variations, good Yorkers in the death overs, that was required from the fast bowlers, but I think that they were lacking. And of course, we had seen some pictures that Gary Kristen talking to the team, and he must be telling to the team that please do something in the death overs, especially both of the fast bowlers. And now the debate is started that either Abrar is playing in the third T20 or not. I think now we have almost decided that what would be our 14 or 15 member squad of the World Cup.
I think more or less playing 11 is also something in the...
We haven't tested, inverted commas, Hassan Ali. That I don't know why we haven't given chance to him, but I think overall this is your squad and you'll go with the same choice. I cannot see that Usman Khan is playing in your T20 World Cup. Maybe, because this is my personal opinion, this is my observations. Maybe I'm wrong, but you will go definitely with Iftikhar because with in sometimes in chunks he has performed well. So overall, you were talking about the upcoming series, and I'm concerned about the upcoming T20
Right,
World
we're just
Cup.
going to go towards a short break, but when we come back, we discuss that in detail as well. Right, and we continue things as we left them off as well. Of course, when you talk about Ireland, I think they're a pretty much improved side. They deserve all the credit as well. We keep on talking about Pakistan and certain things that they need to work upon as well. Usman, the second T20 international in particular, because we haven't had a chance to talk to you, but the fact is that winning should always be a habit. That's where teams become successful. So it was very important for Pakistan's case, for the confidence of certain players, to chase a target down with relative ease and fashion like this. Obviously, it helps them for their cause as well.
I think chasing has not been a problem for Pakistan. Even if you look at the previous tenure of Babar Azam as well, they love chasing. They are very good at chasers, very good chasers, and they have been chasing 2000 down as well. But what is the problem with Pakistan team is now they have building up two problems. First, batting first is Achilles heel for them now, and their bowling has become a problem now. I think batting is doing pretty well, but even twice in two T20s, Ireland, a team like Ireland, with all due respect to them, they have been scoring more than 180, and 193 was a good hefty total. Had it been any senior side, any test playing nation, Pakistan would have found themselves in a hunch. But here they are with two good drop catches. Pakistan did chase it down pretty easily, and that was a good omen for Pakistan as well, that chasing 190 has not been a problem for Pakistan too often for them. And with the likes of Babar Azam, Rizwan, and now the middle order impact players firing all cylinders, I think Pakistan would be more confident on their batting rather than their bowling. Now the problem with the bowling is they have a very experienced bowling lineup, and now there would be pressure on Mr. Mohsin Naqvi as well. See, you have brought back Imad Wasim and Amir, they are not performing, or either they are underperforming. See, Amir has been given chances, but he has not been up to the mark so well. Imad has been underutilized. We exactly don't know what is the exact role of Imad Wasim. I'm not so sure that he has been chosen as a spinner, he has been chosen as an all-rounder, most probably as a batting all-rounder, because his batting influence in the middle order was more important than his bowling, because we already have Abrar and Shadab Khan. And going forward, I think Shadab will feature in the playing 11. He has to feature, and I agree with Asif Bhai as well that I think Iftikhar will feature in the playing 11 as well. So what will be the role of Imad Wasim? That is questionable. And talking about Amir, Amir has become too predictable off late. If you see, everybody knows he targets the off stump or outside off stump line, even if it's a yorker or a slower ball. So that cover region opens up pretty frequently, and that has been utilized by Ireland to a very, very good effect. And plan B and C, that is where Amir is lacking. And against the bigger, tougher teams and with far better batting lineup, I think Amir is going to struggle big time. What is the role of Naseem? That is again becoming questionable. He was taking the new ball, he was coming in the middle orders over as well. Now he is becoming as a first change. Then what are we going to do with the other bowlers like Haris Rauf when he chips in? What will be his role? I think there is a lot of confusion going in the bowling lineup, not just the batting. I think Saim Ayub has become a bit of a worry now. What was expected of him, he is way below it. He is not scoring 50s, 10-20 runs of 10-12 balls is not good enough. And the disturbing, more importantly, Rizwan and Babar combination, just for the sake of Saim Ayub's 20 runs of 10-15 balls is not going to do wonders for Pakistan. What I see it, polite disagreement with Asif Bhai, I think it is going to be Rizwan and Babar opening, and one down it will be Usman Khan. That is what my perception is, but you will have to adjust somewhere down the line Iftikhar Ahmed, and I think he will be one of the linchpin in our middle order going forward, along with Azam Khan for the big scores in the death overs.
Well, my particular focus in this series would still be the same, that I'd like to see Shadab batting up the order in the next 5 games that you are to play. I think that is going to change when we talk about an impact player. I think he can occupy that role, but I think both Asif and Usman make some pretty good arguments about what the playing 11 might be once Pakistan step into the World Cup. I think Babar made a very, very smart call coming and batting at number 3. I think it opened up a bit of diversity for Rizwan as well to give him some confidence, but at the same time I think it's important for Saim Ayub now to consider that if he wants to play for Pakistan, that as Usman said, that these 15-20 runs won't cut it. You need to play an innings which would be of I think relative substance. And I think that's not the only job of an opener in this Pakistan team. It's also to protect your number 3, which is the best batter in the world, which is Babar Azam. So you don't want to expose him early on. That could be a very, I think, spoiled case of Pakistan. Sabir, this second T20 international, Mohammad Rizwan found some form at a very crucial moment. I think it was much needed for his personal capacity. Fakhar Zaman, all guns blazing. I wish he would have continued. He was batting pretty well. Azam Khan got some runs. Obviously, he was, being fed ball where he likes it the most. So, like I said, inexperienced Irish bowling came to the party. But all in all, for the confidence of the team, how do you see this victory?
Look, I mean, we have been talking about squads, playing 11, who should be, opening pair as well. But I mean, to be very honest, I mean, Pakistan is the team. We should be dominating, such kind of against such kind of nations like Ireland, New Zealand, ZC team. I mean, who have been talking about against Zimbabwe as well. So I mean, I don't know. We have been struggling a bit. I mean, the reason because we are not consistent, not enough. I mean, beating, Ireland in second ODI. So we are happy. I mean, the way basically Fakhar Zaman played, Azam Khan, Rizwan, are playing a match-winning knock as well, and good to see that he was, on the other hand, because winning obviously should be a habit. I mean, but the problem for me basically, likes of Shaheen Shah, Naseem Shah, Mohammad Amir being a senior pro, Imad Wasim himself, Shadab Khan, they have been playing, for Pakistan for lots of, for so many years. I mean, but we are not dominating, against these kind of small teams. I mean, so to be very honest, we shall be struggling against USA, against Scotland, Ireland as well. Because we have seen in the last World Cup in 2022, we basically lost against Zimbabwe as well. We struggled to win, against bigger side like South Africa, England as well. So this is a worry for me because Shaheen Shah, Afridi, Naseem Shah, these kind of bowlers, they have been playing in every format. I would like to see, such kind of improvement. And we have seen, we used to see Wasim, Waqas, Shoaib, basically they used to dominate against Namibia in 2003 World Cup as well, against Bangladesh in a couple of World Cups. So I mean, the problem for me basically we are not improving enough. Yes, we are winning, but winning in couple of matches. I mean, winning a series is very important because we haven't won a series since 2021, I think. So it's very important for us to be consistent in a winning combination, because winning a match or after losing couple of matches, it's not a good sign for Pakistan, especially going in a World Cup like in West Indies. You need to basically play as a team. Babar Rizwan cannot win you matches again and again. So it will be important to see how basically other players are performing, because we always rely on Shaheen Shah's after his first over. What about Naseem Shah? What about Mohammad Amir's pace as well? What about Imad Wasim's role? Because Imad Wasim basically needs to pick up wickets. I mean, economy rate is very good for Imad Wasim. It's good for us, but we need to basically pick it. In Sarfaraz captaincy, we basically won 12 consecutive series. We basically used to pick 10 wickets, like Fahim Ashraf, these kind of Imad Wasim, Mohammad Amir as well. So basically, this is the thing. Also Mohammad Nawaz as well. So this is the thing basically we have been lacking since Babar Azam's era. I would like to say again, captaincy is not an issue. It's basically individual's performance, especially in the bowling department. We have been struggling in the middle orders as far as batting is concerned, but bowlers basically just need to step up, especially in this particular World Cup.
Well, I think certainly we can expect a change there as well. But the fact is, Asif, look, this is a very, very pertinent argument that for the past, I think, whenever Ahmed made a comeback, and even before that, because of Shaheen, Naseem and the aura Pakistan was enjoying, it's all been about, Pakistan's bowling. Shaheen and Amir are going to be there. Naseem's your third option. Haris Rauf's going to be in there as well. It's all been Pakistan's bowling. And I think once that bubble pops, then you realize where you stand. And if you look at both of these games, I would agree with Usman right now that the bowling has not been up to the mark. We were relying on Mohammad Amir to use his experience and exuberance. That didn't happen. We wanted Shaheen to be back in form. Unfortunately, a bit of a struggle has been there. Naseem's not been that effective. Shadab has been struggling. So, I mean, the question really rises that what were you preparing for as a bowling unit?
Well, everyone is worried. Everyone is showing concern. I don't know why Sabir Bhai is so worried about even after dazzling performance from Fakhar Zaman. He's still worried. I'm not sure what's happening, even if you guys are winning and you guys are showing concern. Well, let's come to your point that what's wrong with the bowling. See, in the first question when you asked, and I was replying, why our bowler were not bowling Yorkers? That's the question. Why Jasprit Bumrah and Mitchell Stark are so successful? Why Trent Bolt is so successful? Let's talk about the Pat Cummins. That in the death overs, why they bowlers they rely on the Yorkers? Just because in T20 only 2 deliveries you could save. Either a very good change of pace or a perfect Yorker. That's it. Otherwise, we have seen in the last game that the batters, they were playing so easily, the bounces, and they were pulling, they were hooking because the fine leg was inside the circle. Even if fine leg was on the boundary, they were playing over the boundary for the maximum. So I think it's an easy shot nowadays, and batters, they easily improvise. Now the question is that these two, you named 2 fast bowlers like Shaheen Shah Afridi, Naseem Shah. That Naseem Shah is bowling well. Once again, you know that with the new ball, he was impressive. Now you have 2 fast bowlers, Shaheen and Amir. Now once again, that the problem is that who will bowl in the middle overs. That's why we guys were forcing, we were taking the name of Muhammad Ali. That if you see his stats from 1 to 6, he bowled so well. Economy is under 7. When we talk about 6 to 15, economy is under 7. And when we talk about the death overs, the economy is under 7. So I don't know why the selectors and the statisticians, why they didn't see, or I think that nobody has called for him. Maybe that's the problem. But otherwise, that Hassan Ali wasn't the good choice. So I think Pakistan missed the trick. But now the time has gone. I think that Naseem Shah and Shaheen Shah Afridi should start.
But Asif, like you said, Hassan Ali, you mentioned that choice. But I would, if I was to pick one of them to keep on the bench, I'd rather take Hassan than Ali. Because I think Ali's confidence would extremely be shattered if you take him and not play him. Yeah. And we know that we are used. So at least with Hassan, you've got a chance of, if something happens, he can be your backup option.
See, the backup option should be a good option. It doesn't matter that, you know that if a guy who's sitting on the bench and he's not up to the mark and he's not performing well, actually Muhammad Ali has proved in domestic cricket, in national T20 and then in PSL.
Then he should be there. I think, I'll be very honest, I think then he should be there in the playing 11 rather than Abbas Afridi. Simple as that.
I mean, now it's a very solid argument. Once again, no phone call, no contact, no relationship. That's the problem.
Well, I think things tend to be there as well, but you look at some of these clips as well, you look at the Irish batting, the way they've played, or some of the wickets Pakistan have gotten as well. Majority of those wickets have come from either changing the pace of bowling a bit short of length, which, you know, is something where batters tend to struggle. Particularly this change of pace, I would once again like to highlight, although a lot of you are already well informed, that change of pace is not just a slow ball anymore. It's a knuckle ball, it's a off cutter, it's a leg cutter, it's a back of the hand slow delivery. It's a, you know, slow Yorker using a knuckle ball, it's a slow bouncer. Even if you talk about the skill of Yorkers, I think after Umar Gul's era, Pakistan has not been consistent enough with the Yorkers as well. So I think after that, because at that time we had hint of reverse swing, the Yorkers were perfect, Pakistan didn't want to work on that skill as well. So I think that is also something very important, Sabir, that, you know, all of us need to realize that our bowlers need to go back to the drawing board when it comes to change of. I understand it's a batter's game now, boundaries are shorter, everything's happening, but the fact is that bowlers need to up their skill and ante as well.
Absolutely, they have to, you know, polish their skills, because we have seen, you know, a couple of bowlers and, you know, in other teams, I mean, they are improving day by day. Even the Pat Cummins, you know, Mitchell Stark as well, Asif Bhai was saying, you know, Jasprit Bumrah as well. So you can name, you know, lots of bowlers. I mean, they are improving day by day because they are basically, you know, enhancing their skills to play basically longer format. I mean, that is the reason they are basically, you know, improvising these kind of skills in T20 format. I mean, and again, that's the reason they are successful. So this is the same thing basically Pakistani bowlers, so, you know, need to step up, because we used to have Umar Gul, you know, he has been a successful bowler in T20 format. I mean, number of wickets, especially in the middle overs. I mean, Sarfraz, you know, everybody is talking about Sarfraz captaincy because he had a luxury of Umar Gul, you know, Fahim Ashraf Mohammad Nawaz Shadab Khan was in supreme form at that particular time. I mean, so basically that team used to pick up the wickets, especially in the power play. Imad Wasim used to bowl, you know, he basically used to pick up a couple of wickets in the power play. Nowadays, Shaheen Shafri is struggling, Naseem Shah is struggling. We are basically struggling to pick up the wickets in the power play. Same situation in the ODI World Cup as well. But again, the problem in the middle overs basically. Babar Azam, again, Shadab Khan is so much expensive. I don't know what's wrong with him. He basically bowls too many short balls, and then, if you are bowling, 6 balls in over, so basically you are supposed to, control the ball. You have to, give a couple of flights. Try to learn something from Sama Mir. Why basically I prefer Sama Mir ahead of Shadab Khan, because Shadab Khan is a genuine spinner. Again, Zahid Mahmood is a better spinner if you're talking about T20, maybe because he basically plays a longer format. Shadab Khan doesn't play, a longer format. Wasim Akram, couple of great bowlers, basically, they always say, the more you basically bowl, the more you play, your basically skills, bowling skills, you have to have some kind of enhancement, improvement as well. So Pakistani bowlers are really struggling, but that is the reason we basically, lost couple of matches at the crunch moments, especially in the death overs as well. Again, so Shaheen Shah Afridi having experience of 4 or 5 years, still not improvement. Again, I'm basically big fan of Shaheen Shah Afridi, Naseem Shah as well. So we are badly missing the bowlers basically. It could be, Muhammad Amir you are talking about, he basically doesn't have a proper pace. So he will be smashed out of the ground.
Right, just a short break, but stay tuned, we'll be right back. Right, welcome back. And of course, I think discussion turns the tables when it comes to Pakistan cricket. But hopefully we win the final T20 on the 14th and then go on to win the series and perform well in England for the World Cup. At least, carry that confidence as well. But thank you very much, Malik Usman Ahmed, Sabir Hussain and Kiasif for joining us. Now we take your focus to the Kava Nations League that is happening at the Federal Capital, Islamabad, at the Liaquat Sports Gymnasium. Of course, we want to talk about that as well. And of course, Pakistan's leading the points table right now. We're going to be talking all about this. We've been joined by the head coach for the Pakistan men's volleyball national team, Ruben Wolrd. Assalamu alaikum, Ruben. Good afternoon. How are you?
Very good, very good. Thank you for the calling, Amal.
Thank you very much for joining us once again, Ruben. So far, Pakistan's been performing exceptionally well. What's the competition like? How would you define our performance so far? Are you happy with the boys?
Of course, we are happy. We are building up game by game our performance. Of course, we are, I believe, not on our top of the performance. We are just at the beginning of the summer season, and we need to keep working hard to improve things. But so far, we are happy. We won 3 games of 3 points, which allow us to be on top of the table, and it looks good for the next game.
Well, when you talk about the competitive side of it as well, of course, we had this discussion earlier as well, Ruben, that these players need to be exposed to competitive volleyball regularly. It's not just about training, but they need to be put into that environment. How important is this, and how do you see the importance of this tournament?
Well, the importance of this tournament is really good because our federation is giving a lot of efforts and is making a lot of efforts organizing this kind of competition. We will have the possibility to play 6 games in international level. I think already the Kava League is a really good start for the season, and all the games we can play along the summer would only put more experience on the players and will contribute for the future of the team. So in these regards, I am very thankful that the federation could organize the championship in such standards, because the stadium is amazing and the broadcasting and all the media coverage is really, really good. So we are very happy on this, and I think this will help sooner than later the team. Yes.
Well, these kinds of tournaments, Ruben, also give you an opportunity to try and test, certain planning, certain combinations, and, rotate players as well. So are we also looking forward to that for Pakistan?
Exactly. And, we don't give a playing time for granted, let's say. Everybody has to deserve the playing time. Everybody has to earn the playing time in trainings. But for example, yesterday, from 14 players, there were 13 players contributing to the victory of the team, which is a really good thing for the team, because it gives us the chance to make everybody part of such a victories. And I think this is really, really important, that everybody understands that giving all the efforts during preparation pays back during the games. So this is important. Also, it's important to give experience for more and more players. But as I said before, we cannot give just playing time for nothing. The players need to earn by playing, by training hard and focus in every day.
Well, certainly, certainly. Señor Ruben, la mejor de las suertes, muchas gracias, and once again, best of luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and let's hope to stay in touch.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. That was the men's national volleyball coach, Ruben Voloshin, talking to us. And as he's mentioned, look, the fact is that you need to just try and test these combinations. Game time is very important. The competitive side of it as well. The tournament is still continuing, the mega event at the Liaquat Sports Gymnasium. You can all go there, support Pakistan, support other teams that are participating as well. The final takes place on the 17th, so you've got some time. And of course, go witness the final as well. I think home support is always important. But once we get the fans involved, we're inspiring a new generation to take up volleyball as a professional sport. We're going to leave it at that from me and the entire team of Sports Extra. It's goodbye for now.